Hola muchachos, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Here we are again with another video, straight off the bat, just letting it flow. I'm on a hero's journey, and so are you, remember that. And I'm just here to share what's going on in me as I grow and progress, and hopefully we can learn together. And one of us, it might be me, it might be you, can transcend and level up, because it is all about leveling up. Gentlemen, I was a millionaire in my mid-20s, and it weren't easy. I moved away from home when I was 14, and I was an angry little mother-father. I see that now. I don't think I saw that back then, but the way I approached most things was with what I call brute force, like just smash it, bash it, and give it all you got, right? And I'm strong, and I can work all day and all night, and I can do it again and again and again. And I think when I was young, I kind of felt like maybe I would live forever. You know what I mean? And yeah, I guess that's how you feel when you're strong, young and strong. And I think my main motivation for making it was probably because, yeah, I was not like everybody else, right? I lived in a shit neighborhood. I had to pay my own bills. And I felt like an outcast pretty much in school. I was told that I was worthless. And I was told that by my family too, in the sense that I kind of got kicked out when I was 14. Not that I blame them. I'm not here to blame anyone or feel sorry for myself. I was fine with the things that was going on, but now looking back, I realized that I have not looked back. And I think we need to do that. I think we all have a shadow side, some darker things that we probably tug under the carpet or just ignore. We could call it shadow work, right? Our dark sides, our darker traits, and maybe we got some hidden trauma back there from our own behaviors, others' behaviors, things that happened to you, with you, blah, 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 that we probably haven't taken care of. Now, I've got an opportunity to do that, and that's what I'm doing. And I've looked back, and yeah, this is just random, but I'm more aware that I'm all over the place. The reason I became rich in my mid-20s was because I decided to have a journal, take notes, and work more than anyone else. I decided that I would sleep 4 to 6 hours a day, and all the other hours I would be working. And that's why I call it brute force, because I thought as long as I did that, who could keep up, right? And I did make it. I did make it. And my first goal was to be able to travel and get whatever I wanted in life. And I did. And I think that choice of leaving and kind of like, look at me. Now I can get what I want. Also, I wanted to indulge. And I still do. There's still like this thing inside of me that wants, to indulge in all kinds of nasty stuff, right? Drug use is a terrible thing, gentlemen. If you do it your whole life, see, the thing with money is that you don't have, there's so much you don't have to deal with when you have a certain level of money, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? It's a good thing. It gives you a lot of freedom. It really, you say money enhances who you are, right? So if you're really good, you probably get even better with more money. If you're a bad guy, you probably get even worse with a lot of money. If you make bad decisions, you probably make even more bad decisions when you have money, right? And if you don't, you probably make less bad decisions. Now, I didn't have a lot of training with anything. I learned everything myself. I didn't learn nothing in school, and I didn't attend school, and I worked very hard, very, very hard, because all I knew was that I wanted to break out of my shitty neighborhood and the confinement. I've always felt like a prisoner, and it's been tearing me apart. When I was young, I remember 17 years old, I could barely live on this earth. The thought of me not making it, and when I say making it, was being like being able to get what I want, drive a big car and move around, travel, get the ladies, you know what I mean, all this stuff. And that felt like nearly impossible and out of reach at that point. I remember that. And I remember the idea of not making it, becoming that, was just too much for me to handle. And I guess that was the time when I was around 17 that I decided, well, I'm just going to work harder than anyone else. And I did a lot of different things. And by my mid-20s, I was a millionaire, and I had my own company, and I was making more money than you could ever imagine, right? And I guess my main goal was to leave, travel, and indulge, which I started to do, right? And I had a lot of fun. In fact, I've been traveling for 25 years. 25 years. This company that I started when I was around 17, it only had financial success in my early 20s and really blasted off when I was in my mid-20s. It finished probably 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. It's done. And there's a lot of reasons for that outside of my control, but also what I want to talk about now. I'm 50 soon, by the way, 50 soon, and I got kids, I got ex-wives, I got a new wife. I'm broke, and I'm in good shape. I'm not doing drugs. I don't smoke. I hardly ever drink, but if I do, no, life is great. Life is great, and I'm so grateful because this ride that I've been through and where I am now has really given me an opportunity to finally take a deep breath and then look at myself, who I am and what actually happened, and found some tools on how to do it. And dealing with that younger self, looking back and going, who was that? Why was that? Why did you, instead of just, I've been so busy. I've been making decisions very quick and very tough. Not giving things maybe always the amount of attention that it needed. When it comes to certain things, like the human aspect, right? Because now, older and wiser and more sensitive, I've become aware that, and here I'm going to get a little spiritual with you guys. I've always been spiritual, very much so, but being aware on how things actually work, I've used every power. I think when I was young, I could use my third eye. I could align my chakras and I could perform on a very high level, but I was not aware of the mechanics, and I was not aware what I was actually doing in the greater picture, not in the sense that I am now. So, right, that's what I want to share with you guys, because we want to be the best we can be, right? And recently, because I think the thing is, we change, we get set in our ways, right? And that's the thing. When you indulge, the world is a tough place, right? The world is a tough place, and it's easy to see that some things are wrong with the world, right? And we got to be careful with that, because the language we use is the life that we live, right? So what I've come, because I spent a long time figuring out how does this world work, right? And I became even more negative. And now I've come to the conclusion that it's not worth it, because the language that we use is the life we live, right? So we got to put our attention to something that is positive for us, right? And for me, it's about aligning my chakras, right? We have all these levels of being human, where the main core, the basic level, is just food and sleep, right? And for a lot of us, maybe that's enough, right? But with a little focus and balance, you can level up. And it's like a garden hose. If you're not aligned, if your posture is not okay, and you don't focus on aligning each bit of core in your body, you're not gonna be able to have clear vision. You're not going to be able to be who you really are. So, being at the point in my life where I am now, it's very much about aligning these chakras and trying to re-engage this third eye, this greater, because what that can do, you see, once you get above the level of just craving food and sleep, you go into craving other things, right? And when you're up a few levels, it starts being an art form, right? And love starts to flow. Once you've balanced your chakras and got a good posture and a good flow, and you do that step by breathing, right? Then your words and thoughts can turn into reality. And when you got that flow and you're connected to your shadows, you'll be able to take steps forward, and you're dealing with the truth, right? And truth is what's important, not brute force, right? Because we could skip the truth and just work hard and get things like that, right? But I think to really level up and use that third eye that will literally turn, that's where thought and reality mixes together. That's where you get what you want, where there's just a direct line from your words and your thoughts to that becoming reality. And that is by aligning yourself with your darker sides. For me, it's been such a long journey. I can't really meditate, but I do it every day. I hit the gym, right? I try to eat healthy, but sometimes I pick out on sugary things. And I still have a little demon inside me trying to tear everything down, right? Let's go indulge. Let's party. I've been partying my whole life, boys, since I was 14. Most of my life, pretty much every day, has been what it's all about. And it's some kind of escapism, right? Really, an escapism. And now I'm trying to deal with reality. I'm really trying to deal with that truth. So I've kind of gone back and then had an interview with myself and gotten a lot of important answers. And now I want to stack up my chakra and kind of escape this endless of building it up and tearing it down. This video was going to be about how to engage your third eye. I feel like now it's more me coming clean of, I don't know. There's been a long journey coming to a point from this younger guy that will brute force everything with extremely hard work, just pushing through. I'll run through a brick wall if I needed to, right? To becoming someone who can sit still and align all these points in my body and ask myself questions and listen and breathe without panicking, right? Or having a need to cover it all up with drugs and alcohol and debauchery or whatever it's called, right? You know what I'm saying? I truly believe you get everything you ask for in life. I truly believe that. I feel like when I look back, I got everything I wanted. It's just important that you take a little time to think about what are you actually asking for. And if you have the patience, it will come, and it comes to you very quick. And it comes when you align your chakras and engage these higher levels. And yeah, maybe I'll do another video about that. But being able to breathe is an art form. And I could just go through a couple of techniques, because it is in that moment when you're breathing that you have an opportunity to be truthful to the state of you, right? And what you're able to achieve and why this and why that, right? And I kind of, when I have time, it's very seldom, but I try to get 10 minutes a day, and that's after my workout. When I'm in the sauna, I kind of have a few minutes where I can do that. So I'm not sure if that counts as real meditation, but I think so. And what I do is I'll describe two different breathing methods for you guys. One is where I imagine a straw. You have your chakras, the lowest point and the highest points, right? And you could divide it into 7 points, right? So you have here and 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 right over your head, right? And then for every breath, you align each point And imagine you're a straw and you're sucking up the air from down here all the way up to your third eye. And for each breath you take through the nose, you pull up the air from down here, up through the straw, and all the way up here. You're energizing your third eye, you're waking your third eye. And then you're aware of these points, your posture, your back, and all these points here get aligned. And you should try to have your knees lower than your hips when you're sitting so you can have a straight back. Once you practice that, I think another good one is it's called endless breathing, where you breathe in like an 8. So I breathe in through a hole here. Imagine you're breathing in through a hole in the center of your chest, and then you're breathing in a figure 8. So you're breathing in through your nose, and then when you exhale, comes out here. And then imagine that figure 8, it's going through your body. So you're breathing in here. Imagine the air going through here, and then up your spine, up through your head, and then back in here, and then out your back, down your spine, and then you're exhaling down here. So it's like in the figure 8. You're inhaling, and when you do that, you have, connect with yourselves and get some answers and get some balance. And don't let yourselves slouch. Yeah, and so action is important, right? It's all about taking action. You want to succeed here in life, you got to take action. And for me now, because I used to focus on the bigger things, I used to not do the dishes. Somebody else do the fucking dishes, right? I used to skip all these things that I didn't think was important, and then always focus on the reward, the goal, and brute force my way to that, right? Now I've started to think different. I started to think, what's the lowest denominator is what I go for, right? So I want to raise the lowest bar up. So instead of focusing on the bigger thing, I kind of focus on the smaller thing. Like I look and I go, is the floor clean? Is the dishes done? All these basic things, and that's where I start. And that's where I spend my time. And when all that is done, I can think about bigger things, right? So I really want to start from scratch in some way, right? And I use a positive language, and I take action quickly to do the lowest denominator. And I try not to get led into temptation, because I do like to party, and it's been a while. And it's not like I've banned myself from doing that, not at all. But I have learned that not getting what you want is a good exercise. And sometimes not getting what you want is really what you want. Because getting what you want like that is really like a distraction. And you need time to figure out what you want. You need to spend time with your shadow side, or just with your breathing, or your alignment, basically. There's these spiritual states that you could be in, that you got to be in before you start asking for the universe to give you stuff, right? Because if you just, and that's where we can get tempted with indulging in things we can just get for money, right? And once we live in this world, we get disconnected with who we are and who we're supposed to be. Where if you get practice dealing with not getting what you want, you have a chance to see things clearer. That's why fasting is very good. Fasting and not getting what you want. I just got through Easter with a lot of temptation. that I managed to avoid. Very tempting, because that's what I do. I build myself up, and then I feel like it's time to celebrate, right? And then you get into your old ways, and nothing's set in stone. Nothing's set in stone. Once you get yourself out of the animal state by aligning your chakras and start living on a little bit of a higher level, you realize that you can have endless of perspectives on your situation and what's happening around you. Like I've noticed that these days I'm not getting affected by other people's energies. I used to probably check people a little bit more than you would need to, way more than you needed to, right? Now I do not. I do not. You cannot get me upset no matter what you do. I will not let anything knock me out. It's very important. So I'm more like, if someone's going to be unreasonable, I'm not. You know what I mean? And you being wrong, I can live with that. I'm not going to let myself get knocked out. And what I mean by that is getting upset. You know what I mean? Getting upset or picking a fight. It really, we gotta choose our fights, right? And then, yeah. I'm just learning, gentlemen. I'm just learning. And it's a long time me jibber-jabbering away. But yeah, I still have a lot to learn. But spend some time breathing, gentlemen. Spend some time in a good posture. And then spend some time not getting what you want. And if you're going to get led into temptation, hit the gym instead. And don't hit this gym trying to be like some kind of Superman. Try to hit the gym so you can come back and hit the gym tomorrow too. I help a lot of people in my gym. It's a very good community, and we all talk, and people come to me because I box, I skip, I do yoga, I do calisthenics. I train like 3 hours a day, and people notice, and people come up to me, and I've noticed that a lot of people, they want to prove stuff, right? So and then they got to recover, and I think that's wrong. And then they're struggling with when should they go back to the gym? Should they go tomorrow or the other day? You know, then they'll go to the gym in 2 days. Now they're going to destroy their legs. Then they're going to destroy this and that. Or they're going to do a marathon. I was talking to people, I'm going to do a marathon. And I'm like, you can't even run. What the fuck are you going to do a marathon for, right? It don't make sense. Like, to prove something, to get a reward. Marathon, by the way, is not even healthy for you. As soon as you're over 30 kilometers, you're not doing your body any favors, right? You're just trying to prove a point. So what I'm saying is you should train with the goal of training tomorrow too. So it's not about fighting your machine, your treadmill or whatever. I think a lot of people do that. They got 10 minutes on the clock and they got to reach that goal and reach that goal. And then they feel like they got to recover or something. Follow me here. You got to have the mindset that you come back tomorrow. You're in there with a smile, and you finish with a smile, and you come back tomorrow with a smile. So it's very much about focus and balance. Explosiveness too, but getting a repertoire of lots of different exercises is important. But you understand what I'm saying? Have the mindset, instead of proving a point and being some kind of Superman for 1 day and then got to recover, skip all of that. Focus on your form and your balance, and then know in your heart and your mind that you're going to come back tomorrow. And coming back doesn't mean you have to be in the gym, but you have to spend time. You come back in that universe, in that mental state where you can do it again, right? That's where you got to be. So you're working out again tomorrow. Again tomorrow, you are aligning your chakras and you are doing your body some favors, right? And again tomorrow, you're going to say no to something. You're not going to get everything you want, right? And if you've gotten used to that, try not to. So I'm blessed. I feel blessed that I was taken out of that world where I got everything I wanted. Because I think endless of that would, with great power comes great responsibility, right? I've always worked out. I've always tried to be a good person, but inside. And I truly believe this, that we're in this building up and tearing down this until we level up, until we awaken and become enlightened. We have an option to break out of this simulation called life, right? Which is where we're supposed to be. Remember, your eye is God's eye, and God's eye is your eye, right? And we got to live in wonder and awe. And that truly comes with mastering, saying, fasting, right? And giving it time and alignment. Less is more. Sometimes I've talked enough and I'm not even sure what this video is about. Please leave a comment and leave a like if you enjoyed it. I'm doing it to inspire, and also I would like to do more. I would like to get more confidence to do more videos, because when I watch them myself, I cringe and I don't know what's going on. But I think I overthink everything, and I'm working on that. I'm working on a lot of stuff. Is it called self-help? So that's going to be it for now. I will see you on the tripod. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe and all that. Much love. I'm out. Bye-bye.